This week on The Snack, Beckham family drama, Tell Me Lies, and why we want it to be 2016 again.
This is a Dear Media production.
Enjoy.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Big week.
Oh, the tea has been hot and flowing.
I mean, there was this tweet. It just said, big day for Instagram stories.
Yes, big day for Instagram stories. We will get into it.
Listen, I hate to see other people having drama, but I love to talk about it.
Let's start it out. Like, we don't take joy in other people's, we don't take pleasure in other people's pain, but the show is about the drama.
The show, our show.
The drama. So we are going to talk about it.
Well, we're going to just thank our partner, and then we're going to get right into it. Thank you to Shopify. If 2026 is your year, go to shopify.com/GGE and make your move.
Okay. Well, since we only have one partner today, I wanted to plug
Add another partner to the show.
Add another partner to the show. So my husband, Shashank, who in honor of him, I'm wearing my new sweatshirt from the TikTok shop. Go on YouTube if you want to read it. Just leave you on a cliffhanger.
You're not going to tell me what it says.
I'm not going to tell you. You can read it, but anyone else can go to YouTube and watch.
I noticed this. I've been knowing about this.
This got me. Have you seen this? Like, if you ever get served these sweatshirts, you just have to have them.
No, they got me on skincare the other day.
Okay.
I just loaded up.
They get me. It's too quick and easy. Anyway, so he has completely created, designed, and launched this app called Kitchen Sink. And I've just loved watching it come to life and excited to share it with you guys. And it is a recipe app, and it is so simple, but just so what's needed in the world. And it's so special. And it looks so great. And it's so fun to use. And you can download it for free. Go to the App Store. We'll put a little screenshot up on the screen, Kitchen Sink Recipe Builder. And you just say what you want to cook that night. And you can list ingredients you already have in your fridge, and it will build recipes surrounding that. Or you can just be like, I don't have anything, and create a shopping list for me. And you can export the shopping list. There's all these cool features. But basically, if you were like, I have chicken and rice and I want to make it for this many people, you put in the amount of people, you put in how much time you want to spend on it, and then it gives you 3 options.
It's not just a recipe app. I really love it. As somebody who's been in the food space for a long time, I've seen every app. I've seen every dumb idea. This is a totally AI generated, what am I going to cook today type of app. And I said to him, I am having, I feel really bloated and I need something that's going to power wash my colon.
Oh my God.
And he was like, I got you. And he spit out this recipe for this lentil stew on the app. And you really you can say anything. I have X dietary restrictions. I want to cook something at a beginner level. I have 3 ingredients in my fridge or nothing in my fridge. What can I make? And this just it's all I've ever wanted. I've always just wanted to be I have this shit at home. I have this equipment at home. What do I make?
Yeah, so exactly. And when you put in what you want to make and the ingredients that you have or don't have, and you can list your dietary restrictions, like Raina said, it gives you 3 options: basic, classic, and creative. So just essentially easy, intermediate, and a little more difficult if you're a pro. And it gives you your ingredients, your steps, your shopping list, and then it gives you additional notes. You can save all the recipes. You can share them. There's a share feature. You can add photos, and you can change the color.
It's what I wanted always. And I think that people with kids really, or people that have long days, I just think you're I don't know what to make. And my mom, this was the hardest thing for her as a single mom every day to come home from work, open up the fridge. And I was amazed by her. She created magic out of the fridge every day. But I mean, to have an app to tell you to do this, I've always wanted something like this.
It's so great. My brother and my sister-in-law have been using it. Our family's been using it. We've been testing it for a while now, and it's just really so special, and it looks so good, and it's so easy to use. Again, you can choose your color theme: sage, paprika, juniper, or espresso. We had so much fun coming up with those names. So I'm a paprika girl.
I know. I was going to choose paprika as well.
You can also do meal prep mode. If you're prepping for the week, you want to make 5 of something, and it'll walk you through it.
Smart.
It's so easy. You can do your metric units. You can mix that up, and it's really easy to use, and it's free, and you guys can check it out and just support our family business, and so I can stop working.
I would love to retire.
I
would love for him to retire both of us.
Just exactly.
I love this. And honestly, it is my nightmare that a friend of mine is my husband created this app. And I'm like, oh God, it's so stupid. I was so amped when he told me about this. I just texted him about it, ideas. And he's like, it's already in there. It's already in there. I love it.
Yes. And everybody is so into it. And this is he is doing another app, which we talked about when he was on the podcast. That's different. But this is one that really speaks to us and our audience. And it's cooking.
I care about food and cooking.
And if you're staring into the fridge, what the fuck do do I do? This is the app for you. So please download it on the App Store, support it so Rain and I can retire. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, drop the name again.
Kitchen Sink.
Okay, let's talk
Guess
about
who named it? Obviously, your girl.
Yeah, the colors, the names.
No, I just named it.
Guess who signed up on the social media look and vibe?
Okay,
Us.
well, check that out, you guys. And we
Talk
are going
about some other couples.
Yes, we are going to kick this off with a divorce report. You hate to see it, but that's what's happening in the world.
You know, if people are going to move on and have better lives and feel happier, I love to see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Okay. So I'm going to start with Kristi and Desmond. So I will school you a little on this. You're not that familiar with this couple. So this is a social media couple, millions of followers between the two of them. She is 18 million or something.
Yeah,
he is
crazy.
millions. I mean, they're crazy. So Shashank actually showed them to me first. She would be doing like flips and stuff, and she would put on like a crazy outfit to go take a walk around the block, and he would be reacting to it, and people just loved them. They felt very aspirational. They're gorgeous. They have their dream home, their two kids. They met when they were 19 and 20. They got married in 2014. They live in Houston, and then in 2024, towards the end of the year, they did like a redo wedding because they got married so young, and they did their whole like 10-year.
20, they just got remarried.
They did a like
renewed their
redo
vows.
wedding. Yeah, essentially, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, that is the kiss of death.
What?
It is. Everybody on Real Housewives, every single time somebody does like a vow renewal, they get divorced the next year. Yeah, this always happens. It's sad to
Okay,
see.
so
Ramona, Shannon Bedore, I mean, every one of them divorced in a year.
That is so crazy. I didn't know that lore.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did their wedding redo in I guess towards the end of 2024. And again, people really loved them. And she filed for divorce on December 30th, 2025. So just a few weeks ago, it became public like last week, January 10th or something. And she cited infidelity. Like she made it clear it wasn't irreconcilable differences. Like, and I was seeing like they live in Texas and whatever the laws are, like she did that on purpose. Like she didn't make it vague for a reason. Like she's like, he cheated.
Yeah, my dad got divorced in Texas, and I was like reading up on the divorce. I mean, hot take, there's different divorce laws in different states. But yes, you have to cite something.
Right. But it's like, if that's what happened, that's what happened. He made a statement on his Instagram story. Big day for Instagram stories also last week. 2 big weeks for Instagram stories.
Big.
And he said he wanted to separate at the end of 2025. And it sounds like maybe she didn't, or they just tried to work it out. And in that period of like, we're going to break up, he cheated. He stepped out. So he admitted it and he apologized. I'm not like defending it, but I'm just saying he came out and admitted it. And just some of the tea since then, that days after that, he was spotted making out with this model at the bar, the club in Houston, like days, like I think 48 hours post-divorce.
So this was a case, by the way, where she found out he was cheating, immediately filed for divorce. This isn't like they've been split for months. And
he's saying towards the end of 2025, they started talking about separating.
okay.
It sounds like there'd been trouble. They'd had problems before that, obviously, but I don't know exactly how it went down. It sounded like they decided they were going to break up, and he saw his opportunity. He took it to cheat,
Right,
and then
okay.
they were like, "We're really done." And the girl he made out with has since made a statement, and so she came out, and I loved her statement. She was just like, "Yeah, we made out." I'm not the one he cheated with. She wanted to make it clear, like, I'm not the one that broke up the marriage. She also was like, y'all are saying I'm trans. Okay, you're weird for that. That's an insult. I thought we were past that in 2026, but I am a biological female. Like, she said a bunch of stuff and just was like very cool with it and was just like, I think people are like, she's going to do what she's going to do. She's not the one to blame.
Okay, listen, I know that we're gonna talk about the 2016 trend and people like missing 2016, but
Yeah.
what I do like about these times that we're living in now is the second someone says some shit about you online, you have 19 platforms at your
make a
disposal to be
statement.
like,
I mean, yeah, and I still feel like we had all that in 2016, but like the old days, like you couldn't get your statement out. What would you have to do? Go on the news? Contact the newspaper? And then the last thing I do like is Kristi posted on Instagram a few days after the divorce announcement in their house, in their mansion, all dressed up, all dolled up, caption, same address. So basically, I'm keeping the house.
Oh, that's funny.
So she's like, I got the house. He has since moved into, it looks like another house that is not as nice. It doesn't look like it from the kitchen.
Never do.
And then she changed her name on Instagram. It's now back to, it's like Kristi Sarah. And then she unfollowed him. And I think he was still following her, but she has since unfollowed him. But I just love the like, and I'm keeping the house. And this is just another one of those cases of like this couple you thought was perfect and super aspirational. They had the perfect life and you just never know. And of course, I'm not saying that couples that appear to be perfect all have this going on behind closed doors, but it's just a reminder, I think, of like people who really appear to have the perfect relationship, perfect life, perfect family, sometimes don't.
Yeah.
Speaking of a couple that did not appear to have the perfect life that everyone saw coming, the divorce that surprised no one.
Kyle and Amanda from Summer House.
Yeah.
So they released a joint Instagram story yesterday. After much reflection, we've mutually and amicably decided to part ways as a couple. We share this with a heavy heart. I mean, you guys, this is just like spit out AI generated same divorce announcement.
Yeah. If I read after much reflection one more time, like I have such a problem with like the canned divorce announcements. And I do understand it. I do understand you want to use the right language and you want to PR it up. But Amanda Batula, of all people, should have been like, I'm sure this is no surprise. I'm sure this comes as no surprise that Kyle and I are getting divorced. Wasn't the real divorce announcement his DJ tour poster? I think when he announced his DJ tour, we could have seen this coming. And if you guys aren't familiar, the Summer House on Bravo, this is the OG couple pretty much from the show. And they have been rocky since day one. Like, you want to root for them, but it's hard. There's so much toxicity.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I hate to see anybody's relationship end. Maybe except for this one. I think that everybody deserves better. I think I've watched him, I hesitate to use the words like verbally abuse somebody. I've watched him yell and scream at her and embarrass her and treat her poorly on national television for a decade. Cheat on her publicly, scream in her face, embarrass her, not come home at night. Like, you've just watched this for so many years, and it's like we all deserve to just feel better. We all deserve to feel respected by our partners. And I don't know, I really have a lot of empathy for what it must be like to be so tied to your partner professionally. Financially, publicly. Like, I'm not a Tom Sandoval apologist by any means, but I understand why that relationship was really hard to end with him and Ariana. It's just like, you are the couple of the show. This ends, and like, now what? What do we do professionally? Like, what do we do in interviews? Are we gonna do the Summer House show now? Like, financially, am I gonna be okay? I understand your whole life is tied up in this person, but like, he just seemed, this whole relationship seemed bad all the time, and everybody deserves better than this.
Yeah, they were poorly matched. I think the general consensus is this couple never should have gotten married just because they had so many problems going into it. And I can understand why it was so hard to split. Not only the show, but also Loverboy, his drink, his like alcoholic beverage, if you guys aren't familiar. Like, she worked on it. She's part of it. You know, they were so tied together. And the overwhelming response to the divorce that I've seen, at least on my side of the internet, is support for her and feeling like she can finally break free. She has a swimwear line. It does feel like it's the right time. She's young, and they never had kids, and you love to see it. I mean, they struggled with it. You don't love to see that they couldn't conceive. Again, it's been a struggle, but like, when a couple is able to separate like this and not have kids in the mix and start the second phase of their life with hopefully better partners and start a family if that's what they want, of course.
Yeah, I know we only see like bits and pieces of their relationships, and you and I know more than anybody how much TV stuff can be cut up and put in different places, and it can look like people are having a fight about one thing and they're really not. Things have escalated, and maybe they had 3 fights in a whole summer and those are the only things that they focus on. I don't know, but this relationship looked so toxic and vile for so many years, and everybody deserves better than this. And even, I mean, I'm assuming they've been split up for quite some time. I mean, the interviews at BravoCon were pretty hard to watch.
I think they've been living separately for a while.
And like, I was re-looking at them this morning, some interviews at BravoCon, and people were asking her, like, people say that you guys are split now. What do you say that? And she was like, I don't know. It's obvious we have problems. We've always had problems. Like, she wasn't even pretending at that point. I think she's just fucking done with this.
But that's why I would have wanted a zestier divorce announcement.
No, yesterday, what did you say yesterday? Made me laugh so hard. It should come as no surprise to anyone.
It should come as no surprise. Like, please, someone give us a divorce announcement that, like, it should come as no surprise. That's so iconic.
I can't believe how people time this. And I know that it's like probably not on purpose, but like Jackson Brittany announced their divorce like the week before The Valley premiered. Lindsay Hubbard, her pregnancy, she timed that pregnancy so she could be at Summer House that summer.
But I wanted to talk to you about this. So the show is starting back up for season, whatever, in like February 3rd. And I'm sure there are lots of reasons. I mean, I guess just them in the news with the divorce announcement, but also there's got to be part of it that's like they cannot deal with another full season of people watching them and saying they should break up and how terrible of a couple they are, and they haven't said it. Like, I think if I were her, and I'm thinking of this as just a human, not a celebrity, I'm like, I cannot deal with being broken up with this man and hiding it and having all the commentary for however many months of people saying we should break up when we're already broke up. Like, we have to rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, I think they're also going to go into a huge press cycle to premiere
and they can't just fake it anymore.
Yeah, they can't just
they were faking it at BravoCon is what it felt like.
Yeah. But it felt really contentious at BravoCon. Like, they weren't even attempting to pretend. And I don't blame them. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be like, he was so terrible. I wasn't in that relationship, but it seems like he wants to run around, be a DJ and drink and stay out all night long. And you're entitled to do that. You just can't have a partner.
Yeah. I mean, they'll give them a little grace. I mean, they definitely grew up like over the years, and every season it felt a little less toxic. You really just started to see the contempt, specifically her towards him. And you were just like, she doesn't like him. And for me, I would never be with somebody that gets that drunk and parties at this age. I mean, he runs around, he wants to live his life like a much younger person, and that is not my preference, and it gets old, and that's not who you want to start a family with. So if he wants to party and be a DJ, let him cook.
Let Kyle cook.
That's the tour name.
Let Kyle cook?
Let him cook is the tour name. It's a great name.
That's hilarious.
It's the perfect name.
So good.
Did you see the tour poster?
No, Let Kyle Cook is funny also.
Wait, is it Let Kyle Cook?
Oh, no.
Sorry.
I like that too.
Okay, hold on. No, it is. It's Let Him Cook Tour, but with his cook spelled like his last name with the E. Wait, these are so funny, right? Like he's doing Marquee in March in Vegas. He's doing Orlando, Kansas City. You should meet up on one of these tour dates. See if any align with your tour date.
I think that this is the case with a lot of these guys on Bravo. They want to Peter Pan through life forever until the end of time. I think he knows he found this woman who is so beautiful and kind and smart and cool, and everybody loves her, and he's like, I can't let go of this. Like, he just happened to find somebody unlike Shep or Austin from Southern Charm, but he does seem like somebody that wants to just Peter Pan his way through life, and
totally.
you can go do that, but you don't get to drag somebody through the fucking mud with you.
Yeah, and you really have watched her grow and come into her own on the show, and I think that's why people are rooting for her so hard. Like, she really just stopped being Kyle's wife, and now she has her swimwear line, and you could tell she was so hesitant to really put herself out there, and she did it. And
we saw her swimsuits at South
Under was like her number one
Mm-hmm.
store that she launched in. So anyway, good for them, and we will be watching this season.
One more thing I have to tell you. So I saw this clip that they resurfaced this morning of her on Jason Tartick's show, and she's talking about how she did not, it was right after she married Kyle, and they didn't sign a prenup. And she was saying back then, I don't believe in prenups. This is not romantic. I don't like this idea that you would break up. And then fast forward to now, I saw another more recent interview where she was like, everybody needs a prenup. Get a prenup.
I saw that.
Under every circumstances, get a prenup. Don't let somebody, protect yourself, protect your partner.
That couple, if anyone should have had a prenup. And by the way, prenups, we talked about them, helloprenup.com, you guys, code GGE, are not romantic. And no one likes the idea that you would break up. No, but you still need a you know?
Well, I mean, I don't have health insurance thinking I'm going to get cancer, but right. God forbid.
Totally.
So anyways, all right, well, good luck to everybody.
Okay, so not really a divorce, but maybe someone divorcing his parents. The Beckham family drama.
So this has been going on for years. If you guys are if you're not involved, obviously Brooklyn Pelt Beckham is the son of Victoria and David Beckham, and he married Nicola Peltz. And and she is the daughter of this billionaire. He's a hedge fund guy. He's involved in a bunch of different companies, but there has been a lot of like public discourse between this family of like what's going on with Brooklyn and Nicola and the parents, and Victoria Beckham allegedly not liking Nicola, and all these issues back and forth. And you've seen in the news for the last couple years the siblings kind of like going back and forth a little bit.
Is there just 2 sons?
There's 3 sons and 1 daughter.
Oh, there's that many kids? I just don't care about this. I care now, but it's been hard for me to care about this family. And not that for no reason, then it's just, I can't care about everything. And I've not been in the loop with what's going on. But anyway, they have plenty of other kids. I'm just kidding.
You mean like if they lose one?
No, because like all this was going down on Instagram and they were promoting Cruz's show or whatever. Like they were promoting their other kids like stuff. It was like a very funny like dichotomy. But anyway, okay.
So they have 4 kids. There's 3 boys. The daughter I think is the youngest. Brooklyn is the oldest.
Yeah.
They are like a European royal family.
100%.
So he's a soccer star. Obviously, we don't care about that as much in America. I mean, they're friends with like the royal family. They're the most famous people. They're friends with like Elton John and the royal family.
Yes.
So they're so wildly famous, and there's just been so much speculation about the different kids' partners and how they interact with the family. And Brooklyn Beckham has really never said anything publicly, definitively, that he has a problem with his family. And he broke his silence yesterday in a 5 Instagram story. Black background, white writing, so it's serious. Spilled so much tea. I've never seen anything like it truly in my whole life from a celebrity.
It's like he's been bubbling over and he's like, I am finally ready to drag my family. Mm-hmm. And I like the comments that are like, this is above my pay grade. Like Blakely Thornton called this white nonsense. Like at the end of the day, this is like rich, super rich family. The kid is popping off. Like you see both sides of it being like ungrateful Nepo baby. And you also see he is allowed to feel like this about these parents, that this is probably not all lies, certainly. He said a lot of things. Like there is really good kind of deep things that were basically like, you don't earn love in my family unless you like promote the family on social media kind of stuff, and everything's for show. And then there was these very specific instances, which I just couldn't get enough of, like what happened at their wedding, him and Nicola's wedding.
I mean, I think the general response I've seen from most people is like, the world is on fire. We don't have time for y'all. Like we have other stuff. But I mean, I'm still entertained by this, and
it's entertainment. I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah. I mean, and also, no matter how rich and successful you are, yes, I know it eliminates a lot of problems in your life day to day that people do not have to deal with if they don't have your level of income. But it does seem like somebody who feels really traumatized by having grown up in this family and what has gone on publicly, and that love is traded in currency with how much you like adhere to the family and post on social media and publicly act like you guys are this perfect unit. And I understand him feeling a little traumatized by it, and that they're humiliating his wife publicly. I mean, I get it. I get feeling like this.
Yeah. So let's talk about some specifics. If you guys haven't read it all, but I highly recommend you go find it. I mean, I screenshot them all. They stayed up. He didn't take them down, and they were on Shit You Should Care About, as an Instagram account that has them all. But the wedding stuff was just tea on tea. So he said that his mom, Victoria Beckham, canceled his wife's dress in the 11th hour, forcing her to find a new dress the day before the wedding. Like canceled the dress. If that is true, that is like monstrous.
That is diabolical.
And then the other thing that I think stuck out the most is they've said they were adamant on him signing away his name, basically. And at the wedding, he said his mom hijacked the first dance, which had been planned weeks in advance. And he said, in front of our 500 wedding guests, Mark Anthony called me to the stage where in the schedule was planned to be my romantic first dance with my wife. But instead, my mom was waiting to dance with me instead. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life. And I guess then we saw
I want to see this video. So I've never wanted a video more in my entire life.
We need a documentary on this. Someone on Dumois, I sent in a blind in when they were there, and Nicola ran out in tears. But like, oh, I'm sorry, was Victoria Beckham literally
Was she grinding?
She was grinding on her son, hijacked. Mark Anthony's there. Like, what is actually happening? Like, again, this is above my pay grade. I do never want to be in those circles with people like of that status and wealth. I have no interest.
I'm trying to understand like what happened here because like, what do you mean inappropriate? Was your mom like grinding on you to a Mark Anthony song? your bride ran out crying? It's not so insane that somebody would dance with their mom as like a first dance. People dance with their dad as their is the dad the first dance? Or you dance with your partner for the first dance? The father-daughter dance is when?
You typically go in, you dance with your partner first, and then it's a father-daughter and a mother-son.
Could you see yourself, if Shashank had wanted to dance with his mom first, would you have run out of your own wedding crying?
So, yeah, like, no, I would have went up to the DJ, Mike, cut the music. This is not happening.
You would have cut the music on him and his mom.
Cut the music.
Excuse me, Mark Anthony, could you cut the music?
Mark Anthony, yeah, Mike O'Leary, Mark Anthony, same thing.
I've never wanted to see a video more in my whole life. I want to, and this is just all these like very. I mean, you can see this is so much like celebrities are just like us, the mom and the bride fighting, and they're trying to like vie for like #1 spot in the son's life, and like the mom pulls the dress at the last minute, and she's like fucking with everybody. Like the way that my whole family acted during my brother's wedding was so crazy, and so like it brings out the most psychotic versions of everybody and what they think they are owed and what they deserve. And my psychotic stepmom yelling at everybody. It's so crazy to imagine people of this level of like wealth and
I know
date British people.
And British people, yes,
it's giving Americans.
Like that show, The Girlfriend. If you guys watch that, this is like if you're looking for more, if you're looking for more content like this, check out The Girlfriend.
I love that show.
I want to know who paid for the wedding. So
I know who paid for the wedding.
Okay.
So there was articles back
about
then. I don't know if this is necessarily true, but there was she comes from a billionaire family.
So I want to jump in. The Peltz family is richer than the Beckham family significantly. So we're talking
way richer.
Multi-millionaire, 100-millionaire family versus billionaire family. And so there's certainly a narrative that he's like, fuck my family. He took her name. So they share the same surname. So they're both Peltz Beckham, which I don't have a problem with. I think that's fine. And then the whole family is the same name, whatever. Yeah. But I think it's very funny that he's like, fuck my millionaire family. I'm going to take the name of this billionaire family and be with them. Like, that's like a funny thing.
I saw, I mean, I guess it's all speculation, but around the time of the wedding that like the Beckhams wanted to help pay for stuff, and the Peltzes were like, well, we don't need y'all's money.
We don't need your millionaire
dollars. We don't
dollars.
need your money. And then maybe like Victoria Beckham was like, well, I'll contribute by doing the dress. And then she was like, never mind, I don't need to do this.
Wait, I am dying thinking about this, and like what Victoria Beckham went behind their back and booked Mark Anthony. Like Mark Anthony was like hiding in the wings, and they were like, the first dance, Mark Anthony comes out, and like the Peltzes don't know that he was there. Like I'm just picturing that type of drama.
There are a level of like fame and power that's like inconceivable, but not really in America.
I'm really getting off on the Beckhams being like, we want to contribute, and they're like, save your money. We don't need your money.
They could do $100 million wedding. It would matter to them.
Yeah.
But you don't really see people be this public. So I'm assuming that this will be a developing story and the Beckhams will respond.
Well, have they yet? So I saw an interview with David Beckham, but I don't think it was like this morning.
I think they ambushed him coming out of something.
Yeah, I saw an interview with him that about like, kids are going to fuck up and post stuff on social media, but I think it was an older interview. I don't think they have responded. Let me just check Victoria Beckham's Instagram story, because when she was posting about Cruise, it was prior to the onslaught from Brooklyn, but let me just check it on her. Okay, she has no story posted. I mean, they're really in damage control mode, obviously. I don't think this does much to their legacy or their fortune. I don't know. I think like
their fortune, no.
Rich, famous people are fucked up, and they always will be, and they're going to have family drama, but you just don't see someone expose their family like this.
People have been knowing how fucked up they are, by the way. So this isn't like oh my God, I thought they had a perfect family. Really? This has been years of this.
Okay.
I wonder if their response is going to be a very like British, couth, just like, we're very disappointed at his feelings, and we will deal with this privately.
Yeah, and 100%. If anything, it will be after a lot of reflection.
We'll ask Amanda Patula to write it for them.
Gotten rid of our son. We have 3 other kids. They rank their kids.
You have 4 kids.
Yeah.
If
one wants to just go be with the richer family, just
go.
Set him free. Okay, so that was
that.
That's your Instagram story report. That's what it should have been.
All right, 2026, new year. let's start a new business. You know,
Yeah.
if there's one thing you've always wanted to build and you kept putting it off, how different could your year look if you just started right now? So Ashley and I fully run our Vibes Only business and our Girls Gotta Eat merch business through Shopify. We have for many, many years. It is just the backbone of our entire business, and it's what allows us to start, scale, grow, check on how everything's doing. The reporting is incredible. So no matter where we are in the world, we can see every single order that comes in and exactly what is performing well, how much stock we have of everything. Shopify is the best place to start and grow a business just like ours. It's the one commerce platform behind the biggest brands you know and love, and it can help you sell locally or globally. There are so many AI tools built into this. So if you need help building a website, if you need descriptions, if you need instructions, they're going to help you do all of that start to finish. They'll help you make your site look like $1 million, so you don't need to be perfect. And I think this is what really stops a lot of people from starting a business is you just don't know how to make it look great and start great. And we couldn't do this without Shopify. And we love how easy it is. It's user-friendly. There's tons of tools. We have tons of users using it, so our entire team can log in at different times and really track the business and help grow it with us. So you guys, this is your year to turn your side hustle into a business.
Yeah, it's really great. The app is great. I mean, I have been using Shopify. I used it for my very first merch business back in 2014. We're about to talk about 2016, but I've just used it for so many years. It just gets better and better with new technology and AI and everything. And it's so wonderful. We don't know any businesses that aren't on Shopify.
So if you're hungry for the chance to become your own boss, it is time to take your ideas and head on over to Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/GGE to get started today. We promise you'll be so happy that you did.
Okay, so this 2016 trend swept social media, and it was basically just posting. Like, I mean, I did it. My caption was, did someone say 2016? You know, basically, like, I heard we're running it back to 2016, and you would post a collection of photos. And I think it started technically with like a TikTok filter because there was a vibe about that time, just like the way things kind of felt. They weren't
That
like
blue pretty filter, yes.
Well, just like there was like, yeah, kind of an aesthetic. It wasn't like, I mean, this is only 10 years ago. This wasn't like 2006. Like
All my photos had that blue pretty filter, don't you think?
I mean,
I had to really wean myself off of that. People had to have a talk with me about it.
Yeah, everything kind of had like a bluish, hazy hue to it. You know, this was like Snapchat filters, flower crown, dog filter days. You know, like that's when it all kind of started. But I think that then whether you saw that filter or not, people just took it and ran with it. And like, obviously 2026 is a dumpster fire and like, let's take it back to 2016. And I love doing the trend. And my lead photo was me at a Bernie Sanders rally. I feel like it's one of my biggest flexes. I was a Bernie girl back in 2016. I wish what could have been. And then obviously I was a Hillary supporter when she got the nomination. But I think it's like an interesting year because it was the year everything changed for the worse. I mean, it really was like when Donald Trump ran and won the election that year, that was the beginning of all of this. That was the beginning of the dismantling of our democracy and all of the normalizing of all the hate and the violence. And that's when it started. But before that, it was like so hopeful. You know, I mean, we were dealing with his shit and you're starting to realize like people you're hanging out with aren't seeing what you're seeing, you know, but it was like, we might have a female president and the vibes were high. And I just think it was like such a roller coaster, but it was Beyonce Lemonade and it was the Chainsmokers. And I don't know, the music was so good. And it was, I don't know, it was a transformational year for me. That's when I left Atlanta after 11 years and decided to move to New York. And I got out of this toxic relationship. And like, that was probably my most transformational year of my life.
To me, and what I've read so much is that like social media was just very different back then. And I mean, not political at all, but like social media is always going to be performative. It has been since day one. It's always been, look at me, look what I have, look how great my life is. But it felt less heavily produced 10 years
100%.
ago. There was less Facetune. There was just as many filters probably. It felt a little more authentic. It felt a little less ramming down your throat. Look where I am. Look what I did. Look what I have. Look at my relationship. It just was a lighter time. And so it was before TikTok. It was before, I mean, I hate to be like so like I'm so old now, but like I feel that a lot of things have been ruined by TikTok. I mean, you can't go anywhere in the West Village any day of the week now in New York City without waiting in line for an hour and 20 minutes to get a bagel or a bubble tea or a sandwich. And it's just like, it was better times. I just enjoyed being able to like have access to like travel and enjoy things in like cities that I really liked without waiting in line for 4 hours to have this like mediocre thing because people had to put it on TikTok. Like it does age me to say these things. It's just, I had a different relationship to social media 10 years ago. It just felt a little bit like it hadn't ruined the world yet.
Yeah, that's an interesting take, obviously, because like it's also blown businesses up and you see so much good out of it. But though so many things changed, like travel wise, that's interesting. Because when I started going to the Hamptons in 2017 and 2018, like Montauk was totally different than it would be in like now. It's like the club. It's like bottle service on the bay. Like it's just things change. Like social media changed a lot of things for the worse in that way too. But yeah, it felt less all about influencers, all about consumerism. Obviously, we didn't have AI like we do now. And so it did feel more authentic and, what we would feed post. I mean, also you and I didn't have this platform. And so I was still a quote unquote influencer. But when I did the trend, I was like, everything I posted, like these were feed posts. Like I just fucking sent it. And I think 2016 might have been when the Instagram story started. And it was in that span of time.
When I was talking about earlier, when I said we'll talk about the 2016 trend earlier, I do think Instagram stories started around 2015.
Yeah, so it was just like, we would just, if we had something to put on Instagram, you'd have feed post it.
And I hate to like lean into this like back in the day used to be better, because every 10 years, everybody's going to look back and be like, those were better times. I'm sure 2016 had a million dumpster fire moments.
Well,
I'm sure there was a
like
ton of terrible
year.
things going on back then and people were upset. People felt like, I see all this stuff online that I can't have, I can't afford, and that feels bad. But, and I do think to your point, it's a net positive. It promotes businesses. It helps people grow. It's given all these people careers, that would have had to previously do other things. I think all these people are able to print money as influencers. I think that's a good thing. But it just felt like a different time on social media.
I mean, shit is so bleak right now, like we still had a democracy then. I mean, you're taking it from like a social media angle. I'm taking it from a political angle. But I think in general, it was lighter. And yes, a ton of terrible things happened in 2016 like they happen every year. I saw this think pieces that ruin everything. Like, can we just enjoy something for 5 fucking minutes? But it was just like the vibes were, all this stuff happened. It's like, all that stuff happens every year. Can you just like let us live? And then I saw one other thing that was like, everybody's talking about 2016, but what about some love for 2018? Put respect on 2018's name. I was like, is this rage?
We'll do that in 2028. I didn't really understand the think pieces about this. I was like, can't we just enjoy that people are posting these ugly photos of their skinny jeans and their no eyebrows and their bad haircuts?
I was like, is this rage bait? We'll do 2018 in 2 years.
Yeah, we'll do it soon. 2018 will have its turn.
Okay, one thing I never did in 2016 that I have really seen is that skinny black choker. I feel like you'd probably did that.
Fuck yeah.
I never did it.
What?
I don't know how I missed that. Was I just in the South?
Actually, I had like 8 sizes. I had like a whole like piece of paper that had like every size of like thickness of black velvet choker.
Yes, like I don't know how this passed me by. Like, as Kristen Cavallari posted it. Like,
hell yeah.
Everyone was in these chokers.
I think I want to bring chokers back.
I think I was just in the South. Like, we were doing something different.
I felt like so naughty and like spicy. I was like, ooh, I'm bringing my choker out tonight.
I was always in a fur vest.
Was that 2016?
Yeah.
I fucked with fur. I still fuck with the fur vest. Still think they're kind of cute. But I think we always will look back in the past and be like, it was easier times. I don't know. I'm sure there was terrible things happening then also. I don't remember 10 years ago feeling as triggered by people online. Like today I will actively like not block, but I'll actively mute people, unfollow people that just make me feel a certain way about myself and my life and my body and my relationship status and things like that. And I don't remember feeling as triggered by what other people have 10 years ago. Today it feels like it is an avalanche of like, buy this thing I have. Here's this link. Do this thing I get to do.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different things that felt different back then. I mean, we were different people too, but the normalizing of like the vitriol that people spew on social media has just gotten worse with every year. I'm not saying that didn't exist before Trump, but it just became much more acceptable and the division really became so much more glaring, and just that was the beginning of the end, and we talk about this, we don't need to deep dive on this, but it just was like, that was the year when everything changed and a lot of people saw the writing on the wall, but we can still look back and celebrate. And I love nostalgia more than anyone. And so I really did I did like the trend, and I liked remembering, like, that's the first time I started caring about politics also. I think a lot of people felt that way. Of course I voted. I loved Obama, all that, but caring where you're like, oh my God, we have to like really step up so this terrible thing doesn't happen. And I never went to a political rally before the Bernie rally, and I just really got involved. So there's a ton of things that happened. I think it was a really transformational year, and I support the trend.
Yeah, I didn't post anything. Maybe I will when this episode
Post
drops.
your chokers.
I'll do an Instagram story.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. I've been foaming at the mouth to talk about this. Tell Me Lies season 3 is out. Episode 4 came out 2 days ago. I'm having a roller coaster with this season. I mean, it is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
I loved the book. I was so excited for this season. It has taken a bit of a turn this season. It is so dark. And the first 2 seasons, yes, they were heavy. Obviously, Steven killed somebody. But it felt...
You always forget that.
You do. You just forget. It felt a little lighter. There was more sex scenes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think it has progressively gotten darker. I mean, you have this relationship between Bree and this teacher last season, which, I mean, he really is a predator.
I know. Like, not that he wasn't before. He was grooming her and everything. But now you're like, oh, he's really... This isn't a one-off. He's going after freshmen, like barely legal.
And
like
his wife, who's a professor, sanctions this.
Yeah, exactly. So they're both really predatory. And so that you hate to see it.
This season, I don't know. It's just, I used to really enjoy like the toxicity between Steven and Lucy and like who's going to do what to who next. And it's gotten like so sick and dark. And there's been a lot of talk. I've seen people being like, well, Lucy's just as bad as him. And I don't feel that way at all. I think he seems like a really dangerous individual. She seems like just a really lost kid.
Yeah, she is making terrible decisions. She can't get out of her own way, but she is not the same. He is like a mentally ill psychopath who will like stop at nothing to get revenge on someone, much like our president. The same. So if you're watching him, you see the correlation. But I find it like hard to watch. And I also don't think he's hot. So that's even harder for me. Like I think he looks like a penis. I hate his haircut. I can't believe you think he's hot. You guys have to be in these comments. Please, God, let us know. I find him repulsive. Because of his character, I really hate, it's not like dragging this actor's looks, but I actually don't find him attractive. And with the character too, I find him really hard to watch on screen, and it would be a little bit more palatable for me if he was hotter to me.
I think he is the appropriate level of good looking for the show, because I don't think he is an objectively gorgeous. Wrigley is supposed to be like this really sexy. I mean, Evan too. Evan and Wrigley, both of them are so beautiful. But like,
they've gotten so hot.
I think that like I really enjoyed the sex scenes with Steven and the push and pull of the toxicity. And I think we can all relate to these really toxic, not that level, toxic relationships when we're really young, and you make crazy decisions for a guy that's like so bad for you. And I liked the push and pull, but so spoilers ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the 3rd episode, when he films her confessing to faking this rape, it's so sick and dark. The show took a different tone to me.
Yeah,
after
that scene, that's what I've seen online, is this crossed a line, and that's okay. Whatever they want to do. I mean, there is a theme of rape throughout. There's murder. I mean, there are all these dark themes, but that felt so depraved. Like they really ramped it up. And episode 4, I was like, they're not going to continue on that road. I think they know a lot of people can't stomach that. So I think that was probably the sickest scene we'll see. And it'll go from there. And then obviously when he releases the tape at whatever point, like we will see that story arc. But like I was watching it, like I can't take much more of this. This is hard for me to watch. It makes me feel bad.
Episode 4 brought me back.
Yeah.
So what I like about this season is that like Lucy and Steven are almost like secondary characters. They are the through line, totally. And they're like they're the purpose for a lot of things. But like Bree has really like pulled ahead as one of the main characters, and Pippa, and I'm like really enjoying watching like Pippa's story. And Diana is like, she's my favorite watch of this season, and I didn't know they were going to give her such like main character energy. When she opened her book and there was a pregnancy test, I was like, what is this going to be? She's going to have a kid with Steven. It's so fucking stupid. This girl who's 21 years old is supposed to go to law school, and I love her energy about it. She's like, I'm going to abort this. This is going to be the best day of my life.
Yeah, she was loose-lipped about it, though. She was telling everybody. I mean, she talks about it in such a casual way. I was like, once she was telling Molly, I was like, oh, no, girl.
Just in the hallway?
It's getting back to everybody.
But, like, I think having an abortion, everybody digests it differently. I think a 21-year-old college student who is pregnant by a sociopath, that's not a child you bring into the world.
Well,
I like the energy of, like, you're a terrible person and I'm going to enjoy taking care of this.
But, and of course, and obviously we support abortion and women's decisions, but like, how were you not doubling up on birth control, fucking Steven? Truly. How could you not? I'm just like Diana. Like I would have been IUD, pill, and condom with that man.
Diaphragm.
Yes, like all the things.
And I love the storyline of Diana and Pippa. I really feel for Pippa. They probably like grew up feeling really different and like she wasn't like her peers. And she's this like really transformative sexual experience with a woman finally. I'm just like, I'm so into it. I'm so into like Wrigley being in love with Brie. I know. I love it.
Brie's haircut was a choice. What are we doing? What is this like mom? No offense to the moms. You guys know what I'm saying. It's giving like parody mom sketch on SNL haircut. Like it's giving like Karen wig. Can I speak to a manager? I don't understand.
It looks like a joke.
It looks like a joke. It's growing out in the weirdest way. Like it is so bad. Like I can't. That choice is so crazy.
Why did they make her do that? It's like Miranda on Sex and the City. Why did they do that to her?
Miranda always had short hair. Like I see what you're saying, but
I'm rewatching Sex and the City right now, so I'm just mad about Miranda right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Miranda could pull it off. She was always going to have a short cut.
You got to go back to first season. It was crazy.
But Brie's hair is too thick for that cut.
It does look like a helmet.
It's giving helmet. It's getting. It looks like the kind like I don't want to see when you would wake up with a haircut like that. Like Miranda had fine hair. It laid right. Like but Brie's hair is always looking like she just woke up.
It's not good.
It's not
good.
One,
I was alive back then and no one had haircut like that. Okay, so do you have any predictions for the season?
Obviously we're going to see this Brie and Wrigley storyline play out. I am dying to see how they don't work out. Like I'm dying to see how like they clearly have a thing. They're at her wedding and they're gazing at each other across the dance floor. So I'm curious how that happens and then it goes into Evan because it's Pippa doesn't even like him anymore, so that she wasn't the one standing in the way. So I'm very curious what happens there. And like he is going to release this tape and they said this one point, was it present day? Like whatever Pippa said to Lucy, she said, he ruined your life sophomore year or whatever. Like this has been foreshadowing that it's going to be the worst we've seen in terms of whatever Steven does to Lucy. And when I'm watching this, I just have to tell myself like, it's okay. We've seen them in 2015. They're at a wedding.
They have
everything's
sex.
fine. Oh God, no, I know. But like everyone's alive and well.
Yeah.
And Lucy, she got through it, but this is, I think it's going to be so dark. And obviously we can see why.
She go back to the old Max.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, the web of lies is kind of crazy. She's now lied to all these people that she got assaulted. Mm-hmm. She's lied to Brie about it. So you're thinking like there's going to be this crazy watershed moment. Like, how does this happen? In like the first season, I think Wrigley in like the first episode of the first season says, I think it's time for me to let go of this crush.
Yeah. And you think it's about Pippa?
I always thought it was about Brie.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. I never would have.
For weeks, I've thought. Not always, not my whole life. But I said weeks ago that I think that it's going to be about Brie. Because you wouldn't say this 10-year crush about somebody that you actually want to serious relationship
That's true.
with.
That's fair.
So I don't know. We won't deep dive every single week. We'll probably wait until the finale. But I'm back in.
So there are people that are dating on the show, which we find really fascinating. So Steven and Lucy, Grace Van Patten, and whatever the fuck Steven's name is.
Jackson White.
And
this will be the last couple whose name I know.
Are a couple. And Evan and Molly
are
a real couple, and
Wrigley and Pippa
are a real couple,
and Oliver and the show's creator, real couple.
Yeah. So Megan Oppenheimer, who has adapted the book to TV, Oliver, the actor, is her husband, and like I don't think he was supposed to continue. I think that's what they were saying, that he was only supposed to be in one season.
They announced after season 2 that he was not coming back.
Yeah, and so I think she was like, I don't know. I like having my husband around. I like keeping him working. She's like, I'm going to keep on the payroll.
This is so interesting, and then we will move on from this. But so Iris Apatow, who's Judd Apatow's daughter, who plays the student that Oliver's having his new affair with. Obviously, her sister is Maude Apatow, who's on Euphoria.
Yes.
Grace Van Patten's sister is also on Euphoria.
Oh, that's an interesting connection.
And that brings us to headlines. So Euphoria season 3 trailer came out. It broke records with 100 million views in 2 days. I mean, I think people have just been really edging for this. They really want it. Yes. So the season 2 finale was in 2022.
Okay.
So people have been waiting for this.
Wow.
I am sat for this season. I'm really excited to start it. I truly can't wait. So it premieres April 12th. We'll
You've never watched it.
I never watched it. And we're so far in the future in the show that like, I don't really feel the need to go back. I'm just jumping in season 3.
Yeah, you're saying it like you've been watching it.
Oh, no.
You're starting.
You guys know.
I'm literally starting this.
But I'm starting with season 3.
Okay.
I might go back. I might like season 3 and be like, I'm curious, but I don't know if I need to.
Yeah, it's not for me. I tried it and it's a little too dark.
Okay, and then just a shout out to my alma mater, Indiana University. They pulled off the most improbable turnaround in college football history to win its first national championship. They are the first team to go 16-0 in 132 years.
What?
Yes, they're the second team in college football history. Yale is the only other team that's ever done it. Insane.
Did you even follow this season at all?
My dad texted me the other day, you got to watch the IU game. And I was like, why would I do that? So when I went to Indiana and we weren't a football school.
Yeah.
I mean, IU is a huge basketball school. Like it is so huge for basketball.
Yeah.
Bobby Knight. It's never been a football school in any way. They would give away tickets to the games halfway.
Totally.
After the first quarter, you could just go in for free.
Yeah, there's football schools and there's basketball schools. So it's so funny because we were talking about it last night when they won the championship. I'm like, do you think Rainey even knows this?
My dad told me.
But I was like, in her defense, she didn't graduate.
I did not graduate. So I guess it's not really my alma mater. It's where I hung out for 4 years plus the summer and never graduated. If you guys are new here, I'm one class short of graduating.
Oh my God.
But congrats to the Hoosiers and my fellow sort of alumni.
Okay, so one more headline. Ludacris pulls out of Kid Rock tour after backlash, and he says the booking was a mistake. So there is a little MAGA festival happening. Kid Rock's Rock the Country Festival is going to go to 8 lucky small towns around the country.
Small towns is so embarrassing.
Okay. Well, that's their whole thing, So Kid Rock, obviously, it's celebrating 250 years of freedom, by the way. So 1776, they're doing their whole thing, whatever. Like we're free. Ha ha ha. Okay. So Kid Rock is the headliner at Jason Aldean, Blake Shelton, Jelly Roll. That was tough to see. Another one that I was upset about, Creed. Because I'm in my Creed era.
I don't think I've heard about Creed in 20 years, and you bring it up every week now.
Well, I was back on Creed, and now I'm like, oh no, we're gonna whatever.
Well, aren't we decided? I thought Kid Rock is like highly aligned with like Donald Trump and MAGA, right? He performed
100%.
at the
He's the
RNC.
guy. He's the artist.
He's the guy.
Yeah, like this is a MAGA festival.
Okay.
Clearly, like Brooks and Dunn, Miranda Lambert, all these people, whatever. And then people really honed in on Ludacris and Nelly. And I think we all knew Nelly had kind of been involved in, he's done all his country collabs. And I think politically, no one thought he was progress. I don't know. Nelly was not as surprising, but Ludacris, people went crazy.
Where's Nicki Minaj?
I know. Where Nicki Minaj, that's such a good call. She's definitely going to replace Ludacris. How is Nicki Minaj not on this?
She can't say it enough how much
That is so funny. She's going to replace Ludacris. So I was really upset when I saw this. I mean, Ludacris has been an unproblematic king for decades. Obviously, my connection with Atlanta, like I've always been such a fan, and he's so generous, and he's comes across really kind, and he's just like about his fans. And so there was tons of backlash. And he pulled out, and he said it was a mistake that he was booked in the first place. And I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, I want to believe that like his management was like, you should do this festival. It's going to be huge. You'll get a bunch of money. And he just agreed to it. But like, you never know. You can't really trust anybody. You shouldn't.
Oh, isn't he an Atlanta guy?
Yeah.
And did somebody maybe just say like, it's a festival in the South. It's going to be small towns in the South. And he was like, I'm the Georgia guy.
I hope so. But I think if anyone said like, hey, it's Kid Rock's Rock the Country tour. Hello, obviously MAGA Fest 2026. So I want to believe it was a mistake. I want to believe that they threw his name on there to stir shit up. and now Nicki Minaj will take that slot. So anyway, I'm glad he pulled out. But, I just hope so much that it wasn't that he was like, oh, I'm all in on this and I'm down with this. And then his fans lashed out and he was like, oh, I guess it was a bad move. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm a big fan. Always been a fan.
I think people's management should be booking them on stuff.
Yeah. They're like, it's down the street. You'll go. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, if you guys are going to MAGA Fest 2026, we don't want to hear about it.
No, you're probably not listening to this anymore.
Okay, so that is our snack for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. You can find us at girlsgottaeat.com, Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I'm Ash Hess. Raina is Raina.Greenberg, RainaGreenberg.com for her tour tickets, which is starting soon. Subscribe on YouTube, share this episode with a friend, and we will see you Monday.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye.